What's going on, guys? This is King Drell. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single video. And join us and see just how nerdy we really are. And the question I want to ask you, Jenna, is do you feel like there is too much anime available now?
In all honesty, I feel like you can never have enough of a specific art because everybody always brings something different to the table. It may not be everyone's niche, but it's always something, it will always cater to an audience. Regardless if it's a specific audience you're trying to reach, you will always reach an audience in general. But like I think they could like start to expand to different tropes. I feel like a lot of the tropes are the same, but just different characters, different plots, different ways that they reverse the tropes or whatever. I feel like the tropes are the same, but I think a lot of the new anime that's coming out, they all reach to a specific audience. I don't think there's too much of it though.
Okay.
It's always like intense for a certain audience. I will never get tired of watching something new. So,
And it's not the reason that people say that there's too much anime out there just because they're like, oh, well, I don't want to watch all of that. When it becomes a community thing, because again, earlier, when we were all growing up and we basically had what was on TV here locally versus, you could go to school or you could go meetups, whatever, and you talk about anime, there's a chance that everybody else, if they watch anime, they know what you're talking about. They know what you've watched.
right.
But now you'll go to a con or you'll come on a podcast or anything and you'll talk to people about anime now and then they might list off like 6 anime like, oh, I watched this. You're like, I haven't even heard of half of those. And it's bad enough that can happen and now you can't really talk to them about it. But some of these people will shame you if you haven't seen all these animes. Like there are people like, you really haven't seen such and such? What do you mean you haven't watched this? You're not a real anime fan. You only want to watch the mainstream stuff.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm so tired of the whole "you're not a real anime fan" type thing. That conversation is so old. I need y'all to stop. Just because I don't watch what you watch, don't make me less of an anime fan. Please chill out with that. Please. And a lot of us got like real lives, 9 to 5s. We can't keep up with all of this. We trying our best to enjoy what we enjoy. Why are we shaming? I don't.
It's like, look, I'm sorry, like, I try to watch as much anime as I can, and not just even the popular stuff. Sometimes I'll scroll through like a Hulu or a Netflix, and I have Netflix more these days. And if something pulls up and I'm like, okay, this looks interesting, I'm gonna watch it, not worried about whether this is something everybody has seen or not. Now, if I come across somebody and they've seen that anime, it's fine. But you're not gonna come to me and be like, what do you mean you didn't watch this anime? You mean to tell me you didn't watch That Time I Fell in Love with My Baby Cousin's Sister? Like,
baby.
No, but I think not the like newer animes that are about to be dropped, like as mangas and stuff. They're getting wilder and wilder. Did y'all see the one with like it was like the time it was like something about his wife turning into like an elementary schooler. I can't remember the title of it.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I saw that. Where his wife turned into elementary school. I don't know the name of the show, but I definitely know what you're talking
about. I'm like, okay.
It was like, why you trying to still fall in love with me? Because you're still my wife. She's a I get it at heart. That's wife, but she was turned into an elementary and you. All right. You got it. You got it. I'm not. I mean, I want to watch it, but how you try to make me to watch it to enjoy this is something I couldn't. It's bad enough I watched Prison Break. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean Prison School.
Yeah, Prison School. I know what you're talking about, but it's like, and that's what they'll have. They'll have all these different things, and people will shame you though. It's like, hey, have you seen Slayer King? It's like, I haven't seen Slayer King. Well, what do you mean you haven't seen that? It's like, I don't know. I haven't even heard of that before. By the way, these aren't real animes, guys. And they're just like, well, unless you watch That Time I Impersonated Myself at the School Dance, you're not a real anime fan. And it's like, stop, guys. Just stop.
I feel like a lot of people do it just for the attention of the controversy instead of actually doing it to enjoy it. But that's what happens when it goes mainstream. Everybody want to be a part, Nobody want to be left out. Everybody wants to make videos. I'm not saying that they can't, but like, do it because you want to, not because you see everybody else do it. There's a lot. There's a lot of controversy. Like, bro, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I get so tired of the hot takes in the anime community, or like the hear me outs, because like, first of all, y'all hear me outs. I don't even hear me outs in the first place. I need y'all to be so for real.
Thank you.
It's hear me out, and it's the finest freaking character you ever seen. Please be for real. Stop. Cut it out.
I can't say that. The community, and I get it. Get your bag. But, because there are so many people that wants to get into the media side on the anime side. And like I said, get your bag. I mean, we're literally trying to get our bag in this space. I'm not going to tell someone else that they shouldn't get their bag, and we're trying to get our bag. But there are so much fun that you can have with anime topics and all of this stuff, which is why one of the things, and I'm going to take credit, stuff. I'm going to talk about this podcast for a second. One of the reasons I love what we've put together here on this podcast is because not only do we talk about anime, yes, we will have debates on here, but we will also reminisce about things. But more than anything else, we will bring guests on to vibe out while also asking them some questions about themselves. But at the same time, it's also a community podcast while we also just happen to get some questions out of them. We don't bring people on and just grill them for 2 hours or anything like that. If we go to a con, we want to try to get some real interesting conversations with people. We're not just gonna, no disrespect to people, I'm not singling anyone out specifically. I'm not gonna go to a con and just put a microphone in someone's face and just say, hey, what's your anime hot take? Because it gets lazy after a while.
But also, like, I'm here because I want to make genuine connections. I just want to really vibe with people who want to vibe with me. Like, I understand, yeah, everybody wants to get their bag. Everybody wants to make content. Like, dog, when I saw like some of my faves doing it, I was like, hey, maybe I could do that too. But it's also just something that I genuinely enjoy. And when I realized that, which is sidetracking, but that was also another reason, like, I had to go on hiatus for a little while because I started to lose my love for what I was doing. And so I was like, okay, let me take a break and let me stop like forcing content out of myself and just getting back to enjoying what I was doing. I had to take a break. That's
Everybody
why,
needs to take a break.
a few while back, somebody was like, "I haven't seen you cosplay in a little while," like, or it'll be like something subtle, very, very like put together, not much effort that I used to do, and I'm just like, oh, it's just something I felt like I was enjoying and doing at the time, and I just want to get back to enjoying and stop focusing on just pushing. And sometimes we need that break because we get so caught up in the momentum. So, yeah.
And look, I'm not stupid. I understand not just in the anime community, but in the media community, period.
Yeah.
Rage bait content is what sells. Rage bait content is what gets the clicks. Rage bait content is what gets everybody arguing in your comments that's going to boost your stuff, which is why it's taken over television as a whole, let alone our community or any other community. Like, I get it. But I also feel like all of us also has a responsibility to, if you want to do that, that's fine, but also offer something else as well. Like, I'm not going to say we haven't put a rage bait content out there or two, sometimes we like to see what people are saying, but we also like the vibes as well. But that's what I'm saying. I just don't like when I see people get shamed because they haven't seen some animated no one's ever heard of. They probably only had like 10 episodes 6 years ago. But Jasirii, what do you think about that? Do you think that that there's too much anime out there, or do you feel like that people should just enjoy what they enjoy and maybe stop shaming people if they haven't seen something?
I only keep it a stack. There's never too much anime. Now I'm still stuck on the whole my wife became a preschooler thing. I'm still like I'm still stuck on that. I'm sorry. I'm thinking like Kendrick right now. I'm like, oh nah, people like that shit. But yeah, there is never too much. Like maybe yes is oversaturated sometimes. With the time I got reincarnated as my cousin's my cousin's
baby.
tool. I got reincarnated as a bro. I got reincarnated as a thing that I use at the nighttime. But But nah, there is plenty of anime that's actually great and that's sensitized and desensitized, like Psyche K. Psyche K, I did not believe that I would love. I love that anime, and I still don't like Gintama. But you know, it's still. Yes, I had to throw that shot in there. I'm sorry, but
Miss up it that quick. She's like, yeah, yes.
But there's so many other ones. Like, what is 91 Days? That joint is gangster. I put so many of my boys back in the hood back on it. They were just like, I'm not watching this. I'm not watching it. All right, give it one episode. Yo, bro, I watched the whole thing. I knew you was. I knew you were gonna watch it, bro. But yeah, that's my take.
Okay. Aggie said, I hate those because it's oversaturated and a lazy way of content. Imitation is not the sincerest form of flattery, but rather the laziest form of creation. People saw folks with microphones and asking about hot takes. Now everybody got a mic and ask that question every time.
That's the fastest way to blow up until it blows up too much, and then it's gonna be.
Then everybody's doing it. Then it's
tired of it.
oversaturated, and
like the balloon. Those balloon videos be killing me at this point.
I skip them now.
No offense to anybody, but no, for real. Like on YouTube, you see at least 5 of these same videos.
I cannot. There was like one person that they like popped up on Twitter. It was like this group of guys went up to like these 2 girls and just popped it out of nowhere and just gave them a reason why. It's completely strangers, by the way. They just did it just to do it. And I'm like, all right, that's harassment, first of all. Second of all, gotta go. Got to go. I need y'all out the door. Y'all don't know them, they don't know y'all, and y'all, okay, bye.
That's why it would be difficult for me to do an interview at a con now, because I've already said it. If somebody interviews me and the first thing they ask me is what's your anime hot take, my answer is going to be that too many people ask what's your anime hot take.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're absolutely not wrong.
Clock it.
No
shout out to the people that genuinely have questions. Shout out to them.
Shout out to the people that have questions. They want to actually be journalists.
Thankfully, I'll be tired and I'll be quick. Yo,
people don't realize
me when I'm tired. I'm tired of it.
You don't realize how much freaking research I do whenever I invite someone on this podcast or set up a show, or just I do a lot, man, because I just want these things to go so great. And you know, I don't always want the same stuff always out here. We have our trade stuff, and I always want to make sure that we cover everything that our guests have. But yes, if you feel like I said, I don't think it's the saturation of anime that's the problem. It's that now that there's so much, now you will come across people that, like I said, y'all might both love anime, but now you might be in a situation where neither of you have seen the same anime.
Yeah.
Facts. Super side note, the reason why I made that face 5 seconds ago, which probably everybody's wondering, I just broke my chair.
Well,
I broke my chair. I'm a fat ass, clearly. I need to crash out.
Oh my